the emotional pattern hidden inside decades of hit songs. Something strange starts happening when the top songs from the 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and today are laid side by side. Not analyzed musically, not judged morally, just observed. The hairstyles change, the slang changes, the instruments change, the platforms change. But the emotional atmosphere barely changes at all. End of the road. We belong together. You got it bad. Weak. Damage. Thinking about you. Bad habit. Can you stand the rain? Me and Mrs. Jones. Papa was a Rolling Stone. Different decades. Same ache. At first, the idea sounded simple enough. Look at the most popular rhythm and blues songs from each era and see what themes appear. But somewhere along the way, the question became much bigger than music itself. Because what if popular music is not merely entertainment? What if it is collective emotional rehearsal? The name itself already reveals the tension. Rhythm and blues. Rhythm wants to continue moving. Blues wants to stop what changed. Movement and mourning. Dancing and longing. Forward motion and emotional resistance happening at the exact same time. That may explain why some of the saddest songs become the most beloved songs. The body keeps moving, while the mind keeps replaying what was lost. And this pattern appears everywhere, not just in music, in movies, in television, in advertising, in school systems, in celebrity culture, in politics, in social media, in workplace identity, in romance itself. The separate self is being reinforced from almost every direction simultaneously. Music may simply be the most emotionally efficient delivery system of all. Because people do not merely listen to songs, they memorize them. That is one of the strangest parts of all this. People forget passwords, phone numbers, appointments, simple conversations from yesterday. Yet somehow they can recite entire albums word for word from 20 years ago. Thousands of lyrics perfectly stored in memory. Why? Because rhythm lowers resistance. Repetition normalizes. Emotion seals it into identity. Especially when songs become attached to first love, heartbreak, loneliness, adolescence, desire, grief, nostalgia. Now the music is no longer just music. It becomes emotionally fused with memory itself. The chorus becomes a mantra. I need you. I miss you. Don't leave me. I can't live without you. You complete me. Why did you hurt me? Played thousands upon thousands of times across decades. At some point, culture stops merely expressing emotional pain and starts normalizing emotional dependency itself. And the fascinating thing is that artists themselves often do not know which songs will become massive hits. Again and again, musicians say, "We almost didn't release it. That wasn't supposed to be the single. We wrote it in 20 minutes. I thought another song would be bigger." Which means something deeper may be happening. The artist does not fully control the resonance. The collective mind decides what emotionally lands. A song becomes huge when millions of people unconsciously recognize themselves inside it. That destroys the mythology of total artistic control. Even songwriting itself becomes mysterious under close observation. Who is writing these songs? Sometimes the singer writes them. Sometimes entire teams write them. Sometimes writers are flown into mansions and studios and told to generate emotional material for albums. Yet somehow, the same emotional patterns keep appearing generation after generation. Why? Because the songwriter may not simply be creating.
They may be tuning into emotional currents already moving through the culture itself. Artists constantly describe inspiration like something received rather than invented. It came through me. The song wrote itself. I caught the vibe. It just came to me. That language matters. Even secular artists often describe creativity like transmission instead of construction, as if the songwriter becomes an emotional antenna for the collective mind. Then the song enters culture, and culture begins feeding the song back into reality. That is where the loop becomes fascinating. People shape songs. Songs shape people. Art imitates life. Then life imitates art.
The music begins influencing relationship expectations, emotional reactions, ideas of masculinity, ideas of femininity, ideas of heartbreak, ideas of romance, ideas of identity itself. Then new experiences emerge from those expectations and become new songs again. Feedback loop. Culture singing itself into existence repeatedly. But perhaps the deepest insight appears while watching performers themselves. Why do singers constantly describe losing themselves while performing? Why does the shy person suddenly become fearless on stage? Why does the person who stutters suddenly sing flawlessly? Because for a moment, the psychological narrator goes silent. The self-monitoring collapses. The performer stops asking, "How am I being perceived?" and simply sings. Presence appears. Not because the stage magically creates it, but because the noise temporarily stops interfering with it. That may explain why so many artists say performing is the only time they feel truly alive. Not merely because of fame, but because performance temporarily suspends fragmentation. The artist disappears into the rhythm. Then, afterward, the separate self slowly reassembles itself again. Anxiety, image, comparison, pressure, expectation, identity. And perhaps that is why so many performers simultaneously experience adoration and loneliness, transcendence and emptiness, connection and depression. The stage offers glimpses of freedom without fully understanding what freedom actually is. Which circles back to rhythm and blues itself. Rhythm dissolves the self temporarily through movement. Blues rebuilds the self through emotional storytelling. One transcends the character, the other reinforces the character. And the entire culture may be unconsciously oscillating between those two states constantly. That may be the emotional pattern hidden inside decades of hit songs. Not merely sadness, not merely romance, but humanity continuously rehearsing the experience of being separate, while simultaneously longing to escape the feeling of separation itself.